Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm going to do an updated full face of Project Pan makeup today. That's why I've come to you makeup free in today's video. My Project Pan has changed a fair amount since how it was looking at the beginning of the year. I think I had about 16 products in my Project Pan at the beginning of the year. At the previous update I was down to 12 and some of them have changed a bit as well. So thought I would do just a quick kind of get ready with me full face of Project Pan makeup. So I have taken this product out of my Project Pan. It's my primer, the Revolution Super Base Primer. I took it out of my Project Pan because I only used it once in the previous update. So it kind of felt a little bit unnecessary keeping something that I only use once in a Project Pan. So I've taken it out of the Project Pan, but this morning it's been a little while since I did my skincare, so I need a little bit of something hydrating, something grippy underneath before I do my foundation. This isn't a Project Pan item, but it's something that I put on every single time I wear makeup. It's an under eye corrector from Bobbi Brown in the shade Light Bisque. Just putting that where my eyes are the most purple and the most blue, but to be honest, it is most of my under eye because my dark circles are pretty bad. So there's two foundations in my Project Pan and I wear both of them mixed in together. I've got the L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum and the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. The L'Oreal one I've got in the shade 23 Light and the Luminous Silk is in 4.25, which I think is just slightly darker for me. So give them both a shake. I start off with the Luminous Silk. I do a pump, just the one pump onto my hand. And then with the True Match, I try and squeeze out a similar amount of product, so I've got about a 50-50 split. So I do that into the palm of my hand, take a foundation brush and then just work it in to the brush like that, and then just apply it in long strokes onto my face. I use my hands with makeup so much more frequently now than I ever used to do. I used to just either apply it on the back and then take my finger and apply it on my face, or I'd apply it straight onto my face, whereas now I really work the products into my hand with the brush. I do the same with cream products as well, so like cream bronzer, cream blusher. It just really helps for like a better application if you can work the product into the brush before you pop it on your face. This is my e.l.f. contour. This has been in my Project Pan since the start of the year, so this product hasn't changed. I pop some on my temples and then I kind of like draw across a little bit on some of my jawline and my chin, and then I run either side of my nose. And same foundation brush to just pat in. You want to try and keep the contour where you've applied it. You don't really want to be moving it around your face too much, so I tend to do like patting movements like this rather than like swirls and back and forth. And it just gives a little bit of shadowing. I feel like it doesn't do too much in terms of the overall makeup look, so I wouldn't repurchase a contour once I've used this one up. It's a little bit unnecessary for me. Down my nose actually is where I do swiping movements. This is my Merit Stick Bronzer in the shade Quince. It's my only cream bronzer, so I don't think I'm gonna pop it in my Project Pan, but I'm using it every day when I wear makeup anyway, so I am kind of using it like a Project Pan item in that sense, but I don't think it needs to officially go into my Project Pan because it's the only one that I have, so there's no kind of like urgency to use it up. This is a lovely bronzer. It's quite subtle. It's not as bronzy as the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer that I recently used up for my Project Pan, but I think I prefer this one because it is that little bit more subtle. So you can build it up if you want more of like a bronzed look. So for blusher, a little bit of a spoiler, I have used up my Rare Beauty blusher, so I am now down to only powder blushes within my collection. So it means that for cream or liquid blushes, I'm either going to use liquid lipsticks or lipsticks. But there is a liquid lip, this one by House of Colour in the shade Nearly Nude, that is in my Project Pan. So I think I'm just going to try and focus on this one as like a liquid blusher. I've used this a couple of times and it seems to work pretty well. Like it blends out really quickly, really easily, and it's just a nice bit of neutral pink. And I'm going to get through this a lot quicker using this as a blush as I will a liquid lip, because it is a little bit drying and I just really do prefer a glossier, more hydrating lip than liquid lipsticks. Not a Project Pan item. It's my concealer by Vive in the shade Light 3. I've got quite a few blemishes going on at the moment. I think my barrier is a little bit compromised, which is great. And then whilst the concealer sits for a minute or two, I just put a bit of the Merit 1980 brow in the shade Blonde through my brows. This also isn't a Project Pan item. I always do this. I'm going to do a full face of Project Pan items, and then I just talk about lots of items that aren't in the Project Pan. This is my Merit stick highlighter in the shade Citrine. I've used it a few times and I can't say that I'm that impressed by it. It's very subtle. It's my only cream / liquid, basically non-powder highlighter that I have in my collection. So I am thinking, shall I pop this into my Project Pan? Because as I usually say most of my makeup videos, I'm not a highlighter fan. It's not a bit of makeup product that I'm that bothered about. And I keep forgetting to use it. So if it's in my Project Pan, then it's going to be that reminder to use it. So I might actually next month, in the beginning of April, pop this one into my Project Pan and get it used up, because I don't know if that's just made me look really, really shiny, but like in a bad way. I don't know. Not overly keen on it, but I think I need to keep using it, use it a few more times to get more of an opinion. Maybe this will look better on top of my face once I've powdered, but then you usually do cream before powder. So I don't know. If you have this and you really, really like it, please let me know how it works best for you. Before I powder, just going to spray with some Urban Decay setting spray. Powder is my mini Givenchy Prisme powder. I've got mine in the shade 2 Satin Blanc. I think shade number 3 is the one that is a bit more viral, a bit more popular, because I think that one's a pink powder. But this one just looked a little bit warmer, and it's got peach in there as well, and I like peach to really kind of brighten and colour correct my complexion. And it's just so good for toning down shininess. And I love the little applicator as well, and where it's mini, it's great for travel. So now that I've powdered, I don't think you can really see the highlighter, can you? Can you a bit? Or maybe a bit. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that highlighter. Everything else from Merit I've tried, I really like. But that highlighter, I'm not sure. Okay, let's move on to eyes. I'm going to prime my eyelids with a nude eyeliner. I think it was my recent Project Pan update video where I said that I'm struggling to kind of make visible progress with this eyeliner. And one of you commented saying, why don't you try it as an eyeshadow primer? And I've done that a couple times and it works pretty well. So I think that's what I'm going to do moving forwards and get it used up that way. Nothing wrong with the pencil. It's a great pencil. On the waterline it has great staying power. But again, it's something that I don't really kind of like need in my collection. So if I can find multiple ways like this to get it used up, even better. So thank you for that tip, because it works. It does a good job of setting my eyeshadow in place. Eyeshadows, I've got two MAC single eyeshadows in my Project Pan. I have this one here, which is Patina. I've hit pan in it. Ignore this one I've only put in here because I'm taking this duo with me on holiday. The other one is Woodwinked, which is like a bronzy brown. Mixing patina and Woodwink together makes for a really lovely bronze khaki eyeshadow look. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that same fluffy brush, blend it into both of those shades, and just sweep it all over the lid. This is my kind of eyeshadow. A one look and done. Easy, quick, simple, effective. Requires minimal skill, which is good for me because I'm not great at doing eyeshadow. Et voila. I'm then going to take a bit of my bronzer from my face palette. This is the Vive Dawn face palette, just to put some of that in the crease. It's going to get to the point where that pan is too big to use as a bronzer, and I just use it as an eyeshadow, but for now there's still enough product in it where I can pick up enough to wear as bronzer. Then I'm just going to take a bit more of an angled, denser brush and run some of that under my lower lash line. I've got another eyeliner in my project pan. This is by Kiko. This is in the shade 4. It's quite a dark brown. I don't love it because I feel like it just darkens my eye makeup so much. It kind of takes away some of the warmth, and then coupled with the fact that I'm using a black mascara at the moment, it's just very dark. So I really want to get this eyeliner used up and then go back to a brown mascara, but I think actually the only other mascara in my collection is a black one, so where I'm on the replacement only no buy, I can't buy a brown mascara yet. Smudge it out a bit with that brush I use for under my eyes. I have tried using this eyeliner all over my lid as like an eyeshadow base, but I don't like it. It's really, really dark, so I've just got to keep using it as an eyeliner for now. Hopefully it won't take too much longer. Just a bit of Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara in black. This isn't Project Pan. It's a great mascara though. I mean, I think my lashes look really lovely, but just a shame it doesn't come in brown. I wish more browns came out with brown mascaras. Just pop some of that nude on my waterline. Okay, let's finish cheeks. I'm going to use my Vive Dawn palette. My pans in the bronzer and the blusher are really quite big. So firstly, bronzer, try to pick up some of this on my brush. I blend it into the back of my hand, and then I start on my neck. Make sure that my neck matches my face in terms of the amount of bronze. So this is what I mean about using my hands a bit more. I would never have done that. I would have just knocked off the excess and then just applied it. And then sometimes I try to just blend it into the edges of my eyeshadow a little bit. And then same thing with the blusher. I dip into both, knock it off, excess on the back of my hand, and then just tap it onto my cheeks and up onto my temples, a little bit on the top of my forehead. And then I'm working on this highlighter from the Hourglass Leopard palette that they came out with autumn last year. Just run some of that on the C part of my face there, a little bit down my nose. Same thing the other side. And then with a smaller brush I can use it on my inner corners of my eyes and just a little bit under my brow bone. Last little spritz with the setting spray. Whilst that dries, I'm just going to pop a bit of that liquid lip on my lips. Neaten it up with a little bit of Spice lip liner from Jane Iredale. And then to add a little bit of hydration, I do go in with a little bit of the Hourglass Glossy Balms. This one is in the shade Crave, which is a bit more of like a more vibrant bubblegummy pink. Finishing touch is a bit of the Hourglass Ambient Light Diffused Light powder. A little bit of an unnecessary step in my makeup routine. I just do that, and I just don't know if that's right or enough. I don't know what it does, but anyway, that's it. And there we go, that's how it looks from a little bit more zoomed out. So this is a full face of my current Project Pan items. Like I kind of mentioned throughout the video, there are possibly a couple of items that I might bring into the Project Pan at the start of April, but I want to take a little bit of time to think about what those products are. So maybe that stick highlighter from Merit, maybe the stick bronzer as well, I'm not too sure about that. Don't think I want to bring in any lipsticks yet into my Project Pan. I don't really want to be confined to using just one lipstick. I think it's going to depend what I'm wearing on the day, what I feel like wearing on my lips. I don't want to be stuck wearing that one lipstick that's in my Project Pan. But anyway, this was an updated full face of Project Pan makeup. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you again very soon for my next one. Bye.